Oh, yeah, well, that's what I was gonna say. I'll email Chris Weiss. I'm not planning to go. That seems like a best show that I don't. Oh, this chair is high up. I feel.
We had people using our
Like,
space
I don't know,
here.
like, is it all?
Yeah.
Oh, like, I don't remember the back being this high. So maybe I'm losing my mind. Maybe they switched chairs on.
Oh, we're just going on another leg of this book tour. My husband wrote a book. So it's been keeping us on. Oh, it's always fun. I'm with my partner.
The backpack, you know, got a.
I couldn't go in, so I don't know. if
All right, good to see
Catherine.
you. Ah, yeah. Tell her I said, hey, good to see you.
The Board of Parks and Recreation Commissioners of Kansas City, Missouri, meeting for June 9th, 2026 is hereby called to order. Secretary Houston, please call roll.
Commissioner Smith,
Present.
Commissioner Contreras.
Here.
Commissioner Taylor. Here. President Hayden,
Here.
Director Cotton.
Here.
Commissioner Myers is absent today.
Thank you. The first item on the agenda is the approval of the May 5th, 2026 board minutes. May I have a motion to approve the minutes?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? This item has passed. The next item on the agenda is resolution number 33225, considering board approval of the resolution for the appropriation of $3 million from the Parks and Recreation Special Gifts Fund. Financial Manager Terrence Williams is the sponsor of this memo, and I invite him to now speak briefly about this item.
All right, good afternoon, Commissioners. This is the Special Gifts Fund is, it started about 1971 with our special funds that was coming from the zoo and that the Parks Department was able to use for special interests. And so annually, we come before you and ask that we add appropriations to that Special Gifts Fund. And so we're asking that we add $3 million to the Special Gifts Fund this year. And this is not part of our annual budget process. And so in these funds last year, we used a good chunk of those funds with the donation that was from the zoo for the giraffe. So we received funds, but we had to pay out of the Special Gifts Fund. And we have quite a few projects through the developer's allotment that we use. And annually, we use about $2.4 million of this, of the Special Gifts Fund. So right now, we have about 700,000 over from last year, and we're asking that we allocate 3 million more this year.
Thank you, Mr. Williams. May I have a motion to approve resolution number 33225?
Move to approve.
Second.
Any discussion? So, Mr. Williams, you were just saying, and I want to clarify, so if we don't spend it all of the 3 million, then it'll roll over to the next year?
And so without getting too far in the weeds, it's continuing fund, so there's no rolling. And so
Okay.
we'll have it at our access.
Thank you.
And so outside of the fiscal year constraints.
Thank you. All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? This item has passed. The next item on the agenda, we are going to move up resolution number 33258, considering board approval of a resolution appropriating funds in the Parks and Recreation Special Gifts Fund for the KC Pet project in the amount of $1,788,750. Director Chris Cotton is the sponsor of this memo.
Yes, thank you. The KC Pet Project building opened in Swope Park on January 1st, 2020. An endowment was created for the facility at that time. When the operations of animal control returned to the city operations, that endowment was rotated to the Special Gifts Fund from the Neighborhoods Division, as the facility sits in Swope Park and technically is a parks asset. The facility is beginning to have maintenance issues that need to be addressed. The parking lot expanded, electrical vehicle charging stations installed. They're requesting $1,788,750 be released for this work from their fund balance of $3.1 million to address these needed repairs and parking lot expansion. Forrest Decker and Kate Medji are here to answer any questions.
I'm the forest of that forested cape.
No questions. I mean, I understand that this is essentially a pass-through and we're able to hold this and return it back, so.
Absolutely.
Move to approve. Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? This item has passed. And
Thank you very much.
Thank you for coming.
Thanks for coming.
The next item on the agenda is resolution number 33226, considering board approval of a cooperative agreement with the Black Archives of Mid-America in the amount of $450,000. Mr. Williams is back to present on this item.
Good afternoon again. So this appropriation is the first year that we're providing Black Archives of Mid-America with $450,000, and this will be ongoing. In the past, we've did decision packages, and then council has added money, but moving forward, this will be their appropriation of $450,000.
Thank you. I really appreciate this move as we've talked about this from a larger scope from the master plan of how to improve. So thank you.
This is annual appropriation.
Yes, annual appropriation.
Move to approve. Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? This item has passed, and thank you, Ms. Williams.
Thank you.
The next item on the agenda is resolution number 33227, considering board approval of the annual appropriation of funds for Starlight Theater in the amount of $400,000 on a reimbursable basis. Director Chris Cotton is the sponsor of this memo.
Yes, thank you. This is the annual appropriation to help offset the operations of Starlight. Funding is available in the 2026-2027 appropriations. Lindsay Rod Clifford is here to answer any questions the board may have. Staff does recommend approval of Amendment 11 per the concessions and use agreement.
Welcome, Lindsay.
Questions?
I think we've got a good process for this one now, but
Move to approve.
Second.
any further discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? This is passed, and Lindsay, thanks for coming over.
Thank you for
Come across the street. Safe travel.
And good luck with Hadestown this week.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Next item on the agenda is resolution number 33228, considering board approval of the facility use with concessions agreement with the Kansas City Irish Fest for the use of Washington Square Park. Our new events administrator, Fred Wickham, is here to speak on this item and a whole bunch more.
5 of them today. Good afternoon, board. Fred Wickham, events administrator. This event is the annual Irish Fest, which is September 4th to 6th at Washington Square Park. The Parks Department will be compensated $18,500 for this 3-day ticketed event.
Move to approve.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? This item has passed. The next item on the agenda is resolution number 33229, considering board approval of the facility use with concessions agreement with KC Health Initiative for the Midwest Soul Veg Fest in Tice Park. Mr. Wickham.
Yeah, this is another annual event. The Midwest Soul Veg Fest is going to be in Tice Park this year instead of Swope Park. It's on October 3rd. Event hours are 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. And KC Parks will be recognized as a sponsor in all festival marketing materials, reinforcing the department's commitment to health, wellness, sustainability, and equitable access to public spaces.
This used to be in Swope.
Yeah,
What instigated the change?
I think they wanted a little bit bigger space, maybe, more accessible. I'm not-
Move to approve. Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? This item has passed. The next item on the agenda is resolution number 33230, considering board approval of the facility use with concessions agreement with MyE LLC for the use of the Great Lawn to host the MyE Suicide Awareness and Hope in the Park event. Mr. Wickham.
So this is a new event for us. We actually have a meeting with this group next week just to get more information and kind of introduce ourselves to each other. But this is an event on the Great Lawn on September 19th. MyE is a group that provides mental health assistance to folks in the Kansas City area. They expect about 300 people will be at this event. KC Parks will be compensated $1,000 for this one-day event, and there will be sales at the event.
May I have- oh, thank you.
Move to approve.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed? This item has passed. The next item on the agenda is resolution number 33231, considering board approval of the facility use with concessions agreement with Country Club Plaza JV LLC for the use of 47th and Ward Parkway to host the 95th Annual Plaza Art Fair. Mr. Wickham.
Yep, so this is the 95th Plaza Art Fair. Everyone's familiar with this event, September 25th through the 27th this year. The festival will include live music, food, beverage, alcohol sales, merchandise sales. Ward Parkway from Pennsylvania to Central Street will be closed during this event. It is a free event with over 100,000 visitors expected. The Parks Department will be compensated $3,200 for the three-day event with sales.
Thank you. May I have a motion to approve resolution number 33231?
Move to approve.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? This item has passed. The next item on the agenda is resolution number 33232, concerning board approval of the facility use with concessions agreement with Sisters Living Beyond the Ribbon for the use of the Swope Park Bandstand to host the 10th annual 5K walk and run event. Mr. Wickham.
So this is the 10th annual walk for Sisters Living Beyond the Ribbon. It's a nonprofit organization that assists African-American women diagnosed with breast cancer. The event will be at the Swope Park Bandstand on September 26th, and we are waiving all the fees for this one-day event with sales.
Move to approve.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? This item is passed, and
All
thank
right,
you.
thank
Great
you.
to see you.
Congratulations.
All right, next item on the agenda is resolution number 33233, considering board approval of the facility use without concession agreement with Eagle Youth Athletics for the use of Hodge Park Rugby Field Number 1 and Multipurpose Field Number 2 for youth football practices. Superintendent of the Recreation Division, Jody Seamer, is the sponsor of this memo.
Good afternoon. Yes, the youth or the Eagle Youth Athletics Group is wanting to utilize fields in Hodge Park for those youth football practices. Those practices would take place from 5:30 to 7:30 Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. They will compensate the city at $20 per hour for practices for a total compensation of $4,160 to be paid monthly upon invoice. They'll comply with the athletic field use policy. The agreement would be from July 22nd of this year to October 29th of 26. They'll provide general commercial liability and sexual abuse insurance. Staff recommends board approval.
Move to approve.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? This item has passed. The next item on the agenda is resolution number 33234, considering board approval of a facility use without concession agreement with All American Construction for the use of Mark L. McHenry Park, fields number 3 and 4 for adult softball games. Ms. Seamer.
Yeah, the All-American Construction Contractors Group, they're wanting to play games on Tuesdays and Tuesdays and Wednesdays from 6:30 to 10:30 during the terms of this agreement. They'll compensate the city at $200 per field, $50 per field for field prep, and $30 per hour for lights for a total compensation of $20,590. Monthly payments will be due upon invoice. They'll comply with the athletic field use policy. The agreement would be from June 13th through October 21st. They will provide general liability insurance, and staff recommends board approval.
Is this a new organization that we're working with, or?
Yeah,
worked
this
with
is the
them
first time
previously?
that I have ever seen these guys come through, so, yeah.
May I have a motion to approve resolution number 33234?
Move to- Second.
Thank you. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? This item is passed. The next item on the agenda is resolution number 33235, considering board approval of a facility use without concession agreement with KC Crew for the use of Swope Park Diamond Number 1 for adult kickball. Ms. Seamer.
Yes, and they would also be wanting to use Gillum Park as well. The
thank you.
times for Swope Park would be 6:30 to 10:30, and then the times for Gillum would be 6:30 to 8:30, again, for adult kickball. They'll compensate the city at 40% of league revenue and $30 per hour for lights for a total estimated revenue of $3,575. Payments are due on June 29th, July 29th, along with the completion of the revenue payout form. KC Crew will comply with the athletic field use policy. The agreement would run June 16th through September 8th, and they will provide commercial general liability insurance. Staff recommends board approval.
Move to approve.
Second.
Jody, I wonder if you can just talk for a little bit about how we're confirming the revenue brought in.
Yeah, so the approximation of the participation numbers, so the true total will be determined by the number of actual players registered with the league. The true number will not be final until the registration is closed for each season. The approximate light usage numbers, they will vary based on the needs and everything else, and they'll be reconciled monthly. So the payout forms are sent by KC Crew confirming their participation numbers, and then money is owed to KC Parks. So once the KC Crew receives their confirmation on the payout form, payout will be made within 5 business days.
Thank you. All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? This item has passed. The next item on the agenda is resolution number 33236, considering board approval of the cooperative agreement with STEMs on the Vines for the use of the Southeast Community Center to offer STEM education activities. Ms. Sumer.
Yeah, STEM on the Vine is requesting use of the Southeast Community Center to offer their educational activities on Saturdays from 10 to 2 p.m. during the term of this agreement. The access will be provided at no charge. They will be providing instructors laptops, equipment, and tools. And the sessions are to be open to Title I middle and high school students. This is a new group that came and reached out to us and everything of wanting to offer this opportunity to the youth. The agreement would be from June 13th until August 29th. They will provide commercial general liability insurance as well as SAM insurance, and staff recommends board approval.
Move to approve.
Second.
Any discussion? I'm excited about this. Sounds like a cool new opportunity for some
Yeah,
of our kiddos.
especially with them bringing in a lot of the equipment in itself, because that stuff isn't always the cheapest and sometimes hard to acquire. So having a group come in that's able to provide this, it'll be a really great asset.
Cool. All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? This item is passed. The next item on the agenda is resolution number 33237, considering board approval to extend the facility lease agreement with the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Kansas City for the continued use of Clark Ketterman Athletic Fields, extending the contract time to September 1st, 2036. Ms. Seymour.
Yes, in September of '06, Boys and Girls Club in the city entered into a 20-year mutual agreement. Boys and Girls Club agreed to raise funds to provide youth baseball facilities. They also agreed to maintain the facilities to the extent not covered by the city's maintenance responsibilities. They pay for all utilities and operate their own baseball programs at their expense. This agreement included an option for 2 10-year renewals, and this is the first of those renewals. The new term agreements would be from September 1st, 2026 till September 1st of 2036. Boys and Girls Club will continue to provide commercial general liability insurance, workman's compensation, and SAM insurance. Staff recommends board approval.
Move to approve.
Second.
Any discussion? And Ms. Seymour, just because we were talking in our pre-board about like lengthy agreements like this, and 10 years is obviously a long period of
Yes.
time, but that's contemplated under the agreement from 2006.
Absolutely, yeah. At that point in time in '06, it was determined at that 20-year within 2 additional 10-year agreements. Now, in order for us to, if we were to go in a different direction, we would need to provide them a 6-month advance notice prior to and everything. So at this point in time, we were within that time frame to go ahead with that first of those 2 extensions.
Thank you.
Is there an annual process where you review the effectiveness or the quality of the partnership, and if it's abiding by
Yeah.
such agreement?
Yeah, no, we look at that and everything, and
We have a meeting with them annually to go over the program with the Boys and Girls Club.
Thank you. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? This item has passed. The next item on the agenda is resolution number 33238, concerning board approval of a cooperative agreement with the Gift of Soul to provide athletic shoes for youth participating in our summer programs at 9th and Van Brunt and the Southeast Community Center. Ms. Senior.
Yeah, we're going to partner, we'd like to partner with Gift of Soul once again to provide athletic shoes for youth participating in our 9th and Van Brunt and Southeast Community Center Mayor's programs. We have Mayor's Nights at 9th and Van Brunt, and then we have Club KC at Southeast Community Center. The promotion of the sizing events would take place at the kickoff, as well as the first week of the session for Mayor's Nights. And then that second week, we would move into the actual sizing event with the hope that we would be able to get shoes distributed by the first week of August before the end of the Mayor's Nights program. And staff recommends board approval.
Once you all have the date for the distribution, can you be sure to share that out to the?
Yeah,
full board?
absolutely. Yeah, we'll have a better idea. Once we submit the shoe order and everything else, they will then provide us with a more to confirm date, and we'll make sure to share that.
Love that this is expanding. Move to approve.
Yeah, and the great part is over at 9th and Van Brunt, the kids will have the opportunity to choose between cleats or tennis shoes and everything. And same thing over at Club KC. It won't necessarily be any one style of shoe, but rather an option. So much like we did last time.
Cool.
Second.
Any discussion? I've just got one question. So I know we've got, we're focused around Mayor's Nights, and so we're doing Southeast Community Center, and we did Greg Kleiss last time. Is there a goal of maybe trying to hit kiddos who go to one of our other community centers in future?
Yeah, we definitely
with
wanted to
the
kind of
kids?
spread it out
Yeah.
and provide access. There's not always kids that can make it to any one location. And so we kind of were able to go to a couple different other areas. And then looking at the programming and the numbers, as well as estimated numbers, as well as the number of shoes that would be made available. Wanted to make sure that we had that kind of all balanced out in the end. But really our end goal was just to kind of spread the love across the whole city and not necessarily focus on any one area. That, and then Greg Kleiss also will be very busy this summer. So it would be very challenging to compete with World Cup, Juneteenth, and many of the other events that are taking place in that area. So
Yeah, no, I'm all for making
Yeah.
sure as many
Yeah, yeah,
kiddos
yeah.
get the opportunity to get shoes through this program. I'm very appreciative of Gift of Soul for partnering with us again. So, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? This item has passed. The next item on the agenda is resolution number 33239, considering board approval of an agreement with Omni Hockey LLC for the use of Line Creek Community Center for youth hockey games. Ms. Seymour.
Yeah, Omni Hockey, they would like to use Line Creek for youth hockey games, practices, and tournaments. The compensation rate would be $175 per hour for a total compensation of $8,050. Payments are due on or before the 20th of each month. The agreement would be from June 11th through May this year through May 27th of next year. They will provide commercial general liability insurance and sexual abuse molestation insurance, and staff recommends board approval.
Move to approve.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? This item has passed. The next item on the agenda is resolution number 33240, considering board approval of the amendment to the Midwest Pool Management Agreement in the amount of $197,060 and extending the contract time to June 9th, 2027. Ms. Seymour.
Yes, this initial agreement was entered into on November 19th of 2024 with Midwest Pool Management to manage our outdoor aquatics facilities. The contract began in 2025 and shall end December 31st of 2028. The director, with Parks Board approval, is authorized to enter amendments to extend the term of the contract for additional one-year periods. The management fee is $197,060 to be paid annually. In addition, MPM will receive funding for supplies, chemicals, maintenance items, salaries, marketing, as budgeted. Security will be provided by the Parks Department's Rangers, as well as this year we are using Garda again. Facilities covered in the contract include the Bay, Mary Williams Neal, Bud, Gorman, Grove, Line Creek, Tony, and the Spring, well, Tony's outdoor pool, and then the Springs Aquatic Center. Staff recommends board approval of the amendment for encumbrance of funds, approval of the annual encumbrance of funds for Midwest Pool Management in the amount of $197,060, extending the contract time to June 9th of 2027, and requests board authorization for the director or designee to execute the amendment on behalf of the board.
Really quick. So
Yeah.
I believe last time that this came up before the board, we talked about how are we evaluating the performance of Midwest Pools Management? Because I know we've had a lot of issues.
Yeah.
And I believe you all said that we are very limited in who we can work with to service the pools. So again, I'm bringing that question up
Yeah.
again later. How are we evaluating? What is the evaluation? Do you have any feedback for us on the performance
Absolutely.
of this company?
And honestly, I don't know, Donald, if you want to provide your full extensive evaluation piece with them. This is Donald, our aquatics
Welcome,
manager.
Donald.
Donald does meet with them weekly, which is a great, number one follow-up.
Yeah, good afternoon, Commissioners.
Good to see
So to Brad's point, I do meet with them weekly. We had a meeting actually this morning. So we kind of go over like issues, challenges, also goals that we have reached. One thing I look at is I look at our attendance records at each location. I look at the financials at each location. I look at programming numbers. There's several different things that I look at to make sure. And I'm also out in the field with Laurel, my senior recreation director, to monitor and kind of build relationships with the staff, as well as checking on operations across the board to make sure they're delivering on their side of the agreement as well.
That sounds more like an informal process rather than a formal process. Do you have anything that's like formalized? Like a actual written report?
On the financials, I kind of just document, like as I get in the financials, I enter all the financials into PeopleSoft. And I also keep record of the financials that they're submitting as well. Okay. We do surveys as well. And so I'm able to get live results from customers that are out there using our facilities as well. So.
And want to, again, lean on your expertise as well, but I think that as these significant amounts of dollars are being put in front of the board, to have that information would be helpful. That's just my perspective.
We'll do so.
And I think the big thing too, him and Laurel are becoming really the presence of the public too. The public are seeing their faces everywhere they go, and they're always in the Parks and Rec branded shirt, bringing that identity that these are Parks and Rec's amenities, and we want the best product for our residents.
That's something we're also trying to do, is put our logos back on our facilities. So as you go out to some of our facilities, you'll start to see more of KC Parks and Rec logos and signage versus Midwest Pool at Parks and Rec. So we're working on that as well. We've also discussed some plans on how we can get back into our facilities and kind of take some back in.
I was going to say, I was wondering if you could talk a little bit about like long-term plans to bring more of that back in.
So long-term, let me go more short-term right now. So we've had discussions on how can we get our staff back into the facilities. So we're looking at the concession areas, admission areas, areas that are actually handling our actual cash. I find it more appropriate if our staff were actually handling our cash that's coming in. I get calls all the time about like, not all the time, let me not say all the time, but I get called, I have to deal with all the issues. And so in my perspective, if I got to deal with an issue, I'd rather it be my staff. Like if I got to refund money for a customer that was upset about customer service, I'd rather it be my staff that I can address and handle that situation with, versus having all these conversations with Midwest and their staff. So I'm looking to possibly have our staff be hired at these locations so we can have more control of that and dealing with the customer service part of it. So that's one of our goals right now. Like I said, the signage, putting our logos back on our facilities. And something else I'm looking at doing. I've got, not complaints, but I got compliments as far as our indoor pools, because we manage the indoor pools. And I just recently talked to a neighborhood association lady last week that had issue with the lack of signage at the bay for swim lessons. And she compared it to Southeast Community Center, where there's swim lesson signs everywhere. And that's due to myself and Laurel posting those signs. And so to her compliment in a way was, she was ready to see some of the same things that Southeast has at the bay. And so that's us putting more of our footprint on some of our locations.
Are all of these pools open right now?
Yes, except for Bud Park. Bud Park is closed, I'm sorry. Yeah, so everybody else is open. I was just at the bay today. They're open, everything's running smooth, so.
Good, that's a good report.
I'm probably at each facility twice a week.
What cycle are we in this? It says that it's 4 additional 1-year periods?
So we're in the initial first 3-year agreement. So you guys approved last year. There was a new agreement for the first set of 3 years. So we're in year 2 of that agreement.
Okay.
Year 3, I think, will be next year. And then I think after that, we can go into the additional 1 years with director and you guys' approval.
Okay, so we're still in the initial, okay.
Yeah. But we're still in that initial, but we're trying to work our way to see how we can get into
Okay.
to take back over some stuff. Also, programming is another thing we started to do. I'm sorry. So we implemented swim lessons at Mary Williams Neal Community Center that are offered by our staff and not Midwest Pool staff. Yesterday, we tried to offer water aerobics at Grove Pool. We didn't have anybody show up yesterday, but we had 2 registrants for the class tomorrow. So we are doing things to, like I said, put Parks and Rec's face back in the community and in our pools.
My last question.
Yes.
I know we talked about building the internal lifeguard program.
Yes.
I don't want to get too off kilter, but how's that going?
So we're working on our internal, and then also with me and Laura going out to the outside pools, we're trying to build those relationships with those kids as well. So when we are ready for that flip, we have these relationships built with those kids we've already been kind of talking to on the scene. I don't want to go too many details to give away the plan, but it's been open to the public. Everybody has eyes, so yeah, we are working a plan and getting there slowly but surely.
Thank you. All right, may I have a motion to approve resolution number 33240?
So moved.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? This item is passed. Oh, wait, you're back.
I'm back.
Okay, I thought you were done.
he couldn't
And
wait
thank
to
you,
get sit
Donald.
down.
Okay,
Excellent. Well, thank you, guys.
okay, thank you. The next item on the agenda is resolution number 33241, considering board approval of the renewal of a cooperative facility management funding agreement with the Historical Society of New Santa Fe. Superintendent of Parks Kevin Evans is the sponsor of this memo. Welcome.
Good afternoon. This is, we entered into the 20th year agreement with this group. We're asking for a 1-year renewal. If you don't know where they're located, located at 9901 Homes, right next to the fire station there. They provide stuff like programming, information, community meeting spaces, just a lot of stuff to help out the public on education of the Santa Fe Trail and stuff out that way.
May I have a motion to approve resolution number 33241?
So moved.
Second.
Right.
Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? This item is passed. Thanks, Mr. Evans.
All right, thank you.
All right, we are going to hold resolution number 33242 to a future meeting. The next item on the agenda is resolution number 33243, considering board approval of the agreement with VBS1 Assets LLC for the cell phone tower in Cleveland Park. Deputy Director James Wong is the sponsor of this memo. Welcome.
Commissioners, on June 5th, 2018, the Parks Board approved an agreement with Eco Sites for a cell tower at the Cleveland Park. Since then, Eco Sites has been acquired by VBS1. The new agreement with VBS1 will follow the same terms and conditions as the original agreement with Eco Sites. The lease term will be 10 years with option to extend it for 4 additional 5-year period upon mutual agreement. The lease amount will be $3,293.60 per month for the first year with a 3% annual increase thereafter. VBS1 will be responsible for maintenance and upkeep of the existing cell tower.
Yeah, Deputy Director Wong, my question is this a brand new lease or they're just, because, you know, we're I guess, is it starting the clock over or will this go through 2028 since the first one started in 2018?
This starts clock over.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
Just want to do a clean agreement with the new firm.
Thank you. May I have a motion to approve resolution number 33243?
So moved.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? This item has passed. The next item on the agenda is resolution number 33244, considering board approval of amendment number 1 to the ground monitoring well maintenance and sampling agreement with Greenfield Environmental Multi-State Trust LLC for the use of Blue Valley Park, extending the term of the agreement to July 31st, 2029. Deputy Director Wong.
Commissioners, on July 11th, 2023, the board approved agreement with Greenfield Environmental for groundwater monitoring well maintenance and sampling at Blue Valley Park. The initial term of the agreement will expire on July 31st, 2026. According to the agreement, the term may be renewed for one additional 3-year period upon mutual agreement. Greenfield has requested renewal of the agreement, and this amendment will extend time to July 31st, 2029.
May I have a motion to approve resolution number 33244?
Move to approve.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? This item has passed. The next item on the agenda is resolution number 33245, considering board approval of a temporary staging permit with the Public Works Department for electric bird scooter parking at Washington Square Park and Tice Park. Deputy Director Wong.
Commissioners, World Cup's here. The temporary staging permits was Public Works, so for temporary bird electric scooter parking at several parks during the FIFA World Cup Fan Fest. So those scooter parking areas would only be set up on Fan Fest dates. This type of a parking area was used during events like the NFL Draft in 2023, allowing smooth bird operations and mobility operations for visitors and residents. A fee waiver is requested, for this operation with Public Works.
Thank you.
Approve.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? This item is passed. The next item on the agenda is resolution number 33246, considering board approval of amendment number 1 to the design professional agreement with Landworks Studio for the Swope Park Improvements Outdoor Recreation Legacy Program project in the amount of $101,585,000 and extending the contract time to November 1st, 2027. Deputy Director Wong.
Commissioners, this amendment 1 will add a lighting renovation design for shelters with existing lighting, signage design, and construction observation services. Amendment will also deduct environmental permitting services because those services were already provided by the grant administrator. And the Swope Park project program was over $4 million OLEP grant from National Park Services. We intend to start bidding this fall and start construction towards the end of this year.
Move to approve.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? This item has passed. The next item on the agenda is resolution number 33247, considering board approval of the endowment agreement with Starlight Theater, the City of Fountains Foundation, and the Parks and Recreation Department for the Shirley Bush Hellsberg Garden of the Stars Fountain and the Jack and Martha Stedman Fountain. Deputy Director Wong.
Commissioners, under this endowment agreement, the endowment funds for each fountain may be used for major capital repairs, renovations, restorations, and other extraordinary expenditures associated with the fountains. Starlight will be responsible for the routine operation and maintenance expenses. Parks will inspect or cause the fountain to be inspected on an annual basis and provide a written report including photographs, documenting the condition of the fountains, and identifying any maintenance or repair needs. The City of Fountains Foundation will provide the board and Starlight with the annual report on financial condition of the respective endowment funds.
Move to approve.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? This item has passed. Thank you, Deputy Director Wong. The next item on the agenda is resolution number 33248, considering board approval of the time extension to the temporary access agreement with the Port Authority of Kansas City for the boat ramp temporary access agreement for Riverfront Park, extending the contract time to December 31st, 2026. Deputy Director Chris Cotton is the sponsor.
Yes, thank you. Last March, the board approved a resolution to allow the Port Authority temporary access to the property for the purpose of investigating the possibilities of future park development and removing debris. We'd like to extend the agreement till December 31st for continued work on this project. Staff recommends board approval to extend this agreement.
Move to approve.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? This item has passed. The next item on the agenda is resolution number 33249, considering board approval of the renewal of the agreement with the Boy Scouts of America Frontier District for the use of the Swope Interpretive Center, extending the contract time to June 9th, 2027. Deputy Director Cotton. Director Cotton.
Yes, thank you. The agreement for the Boy Scouts of America Frontier District is up for renewal. This scout group contributes services to the youth community, volunteers at various events throughout the year, and helps to maintain the SIC. Staff recommends extending the term till June of 2027 and continue this wonderful partnership.
Move to approve.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? This item is passed. The next item on the agenda is resolution number 33250, considering board approval of the renewal of the agreement with the Kansas City chapter of Kappa Alpha Psi fraternity for the use of the second floor of the Swope Interpretive Center, extending the agreement to June 9th, 2027. Director Cotton.
Yes, thank you. The agreement with the KCMO alumni chapter of the Kappa Alpha Psi fraternity is up for renewal. This Kappa Alpha Psi alumni chapter is one by which all fraternity alumni associations should emulate. Chapter works diligently on community cleanups at Meyer Boulevard, Swope Parkway, and at the Swope Park entrance. Additionally, they work to mentor students towards college graduation and to prepare youth for academic success in middle school, high school, and college. Staff recommends renewal of the agreement through June of 2027.
Move to approve.
Second.
All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? This item has passed. Thank you, Director Cotton. The next item on the agenda is resolution number 33251, considering board approval of amendment number 1 with Looks Great Services of MS Incorporated for tree trimming services in the amount of $535,000. Natural Resources Manager Stephen Van Ryn is the sponsor of this memo.
Good afternoon, board, commissioners. Yes, this is just a second year of our 5-year contract to do tree trimming services. We're, as we talked about before, looking to do block pruning and get kind of caught up on a lot of tree health pruning that we haven't been able to get to in the past 10 years or so.
I'll pose the same question.
Yeah.
Another large contract in front of us. Can you
Yeah.
talk a little bit about evaluation of these companies?
Yeah, so we have our foresters go out. We assign areas to be trimmed. We street by street, and then after that we're done, our foresters go out and check every work assignment that we give to make sure that it's been done. And only after we've checked work assignments do we pay for any of the work that gets done. So they have to submit work orders. We submit work orders, and then we check to make sure they're done, and then we pay.
So you have folks going out.
Yeah, we're evaluating that on a constant basis. Yeah.
Thank you. May I have a motion to approve resolution number 33251?
So move.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? This item is passed. The next item on the agenda is resolution number 33252, considering board approval of amendment number 3 with Shawnee Mission Tree Services Incorporated, doing business as Arbor Masters Tree and Landscape Company for ash tree treatments and extending the contract time to June 30th, 2027. Mr. Van Ryn.
Yes, this is just an extension of the time for this contract to go ahead and spend already appropriated funds that we have while we work through some contract details to go ahead and then appropriate this year's funding in the next, hopefully by the next board meeting. So.
Move to approve.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? This item has passed. The next item on the agenda is resolution number 33253, considering board approval of amendment number 1 with Shawnee Mission Tree Services Incorporated, doing business as Arbor Masters Tree and Landscape Company for tree pruning, removal, and stump services in the amount of $500,173. Mr. Van Ryn.
Yes, this is just our continuing of our 5-year agreement or contract period with Shawnee Mission Tree Services for the bulk of our tree maintenance work, the tree removals, tree trimming, dead limb removals, and also our storm response. They're a big part of our storm response. Staff recommends approval.
Move to approve.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? This item is passed. The next item on the agenda is resolution number 33254, considering board approval of amendment number 6 with American Lawn and Landscape Incorporated for tree planting services in the amount of $570,284 and extending the contract time to June 30th, 2027. Mr. Van Ryn.
This is our kind of specialty tree care service that we have for, oh, I'm sorry, this is tree planting services, sorry, I got confused. Yeah, this is just, again, this will be, I believe, the last amendment we have for this before we go out for bid again on contracting for our tree planting services. We've had quite a bit of an expanded tree planting efforts in the recent years, both with additional appropriated funds through from City Council, but also through our grant, the $12.5 million grant we got for the IRA grant. And Arbor Masters takes on about half of our tree planting work. Arbor Masters, sorry, American Lawn and Landscape takes on about half of our tree planting we've been doing. We have now expanded our tree planting to, in the last 10 years, I believe we are 4,000 trees over the number of trees we've had removed because of both the grant funding, but the additional funding we're doing. So,
Awesome.
yeah.
Move to
Staff-
approve.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? This item has passed. The next item on the agenda is resolution number 33255, considering board approval of amendment number 2 with Van Boven Lawn Landscape and Tree Care for Loose Park in the amount of $70,000 and extending the contract time to June 30th, 2027. Mr. Van Ryn.
Yes, this is the second year of our 5-year contract with Van Boeven to do somewhat specialized tree care work at Loose Park to manage the arboretum there. They have specialized equipment that we don't damage the rest of the park while they go in to do some tree trimming and work on the trees there to make sure the arboretum stays in high quality.
And I guess, Mr. Van Ryn, I should have said the memo also referenced Mill Creek.
Yes, sorry, they're out of Mill Creek as well.
Thank you.
Move to approve.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye.
No discussion on that, but can we,
Yeah.
I know you oversee the lawn maintenance as well.
Mhm.
Can we put some more attention, some more love at Kessler Park, all of the Concourse Park over in the historic Northeast? Just kind of getting a lot of complaints about the grass continuing to grow and
Yeah,
just not enough.
I don't handle the
love.
grass.
That's
Is
Kevin.
that you, Kevin? Okay, all right. Let me holler at you, Kevin, after, okay?
We do have some-
Trees, that's all you.
I'm trees, I'm not grass.
Trees look good over there.
However, we are, because of the master plan that was done, we are working to convert some of the turf grass to prairie grasses and wildflowers over there, which is part of the master plan. So reduce mowing over time and also create more habitat and reduce emissions from mowing as well. So,
Yeah, great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? This item has passed. The next item on the agenda is resolution number 33256, considering board approval of amendment number 2 with the Kansas City Community Gardens Giving Grove to provide orchard tree planting and management and extending the contract term to June 30th, 2027. Mr. Van Ryn.
Yes, this is part of our regular work we always do with Giving Grove as part of Kansas Community Gardens. This is a contract extension, just allows us to continue to spend on the appropriated funds while we work through some contract details, and then we'll do a full renewal for our new appropriations for this year. Following it.
Move to approve.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? This item is passed. The final item on the agenda is resolution number 33257, considering board approval of amendment number 3 to the contract with Bridging the Gap, Heartland Tree Alliance, and Kansas City Wildlands for the fiscal years 2025 through 2029 to extend the term of the contract to June 30th, 2027. Mr. Van Ryn.
Likewise, this is in order to allow us to spend down existingly appropriated funds for this. And this is Bridging the Gap and Heartland Tree Alliance are the other big part of our tree planting effort. They are very great at doing community-based work and working with our communities. As I've said before, great partner, and we just did, again, to work through a few things, and then we'll go ahead and come back to appropriate the existing funds for this year, or the new funds for this year.
Move to approve.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? This item is passed, and thank you, Mr. Van Ryn.
Thank you.
Will Director Cotton please present the director's update to the board?
Yes, thank you. The Mayor's Night Kickoff Party was June 6th. The program began June 8th. Summer camp registration is currently up 186 campers over last summer, 2,258 versus 2,072. Friday, June 5th, the J Love Band performed at Bruce Watkins. There have been several break-ins at the Bay. One resulted in maintenance issues causing the facility not to be able to open on the 29th. Also, a safety issue caused early closure on the 31st. The tennis courts at Martin Luther King Park are being crack filled and repaired. Staff continues to remove honeysuckle at the edge of Brush Creek behind the MLK playground. Staff removed foreign growth on both sides of the BRW waterfall. Staff cleaned up homeless sites at Brookside Bridge, Benton Boulevard, Oak Street Bridge, and removed illegal dumping sites at West Longview, Corrington, Blue Valley, and Sheffield parks. The new picnic shelters in Spring Valley are complete, and we've added picnic tables to them for public use. The park rangers have interacted with 93 houseless so far this year, found 213 tents, and removed 62 of those. Team England has begun moving in downstairs. The PO has been dispatched to rebuild the splash pad at the Bay. Rose Day at Lewis Park was a success with over 300 people in attendance. Blues Park skating rink construction is underway. Wilbur Dunn Park playground construction is underway. Parade Park bollards installation is scheduled to be completed on June 15th. MLK Park pedestrian bridge fabrication is underway. North Terrace Lake improvements, construction is underway. Indian Creek Trail, construction is underway. Yvonne Stark Wilson project, the shelter, playground, loop trail, restroom, and multi-sports fields installation are complete. Roanoke Park improvements are underway. Warnell Road Bridge repairs, construction is approximately 95% complete. Case Park pickleball courts, construction is underway. Bruce Watkins Community Skate Park, completing site plans and drainage design. Line Creek Community Center ice system, finishing up the design design build RFP. One last addition. Lastly, I'd like to recognize our employees from the Tony Aguirre Community Center who responded to an incident outside the community center on Sunday, May 3rd. On Sunday, May 3rd, a young man was injured seriously outside the community center on the west side of the building. The victim entered the facility seeking assistance and 911 was immediately called. The following staff acted professionally and offered potential life-saving action to the victim. Laurel Sugar Hall for Tony Aguirre Community Center outdoor pool. Bryant Vickroy, Center Director. Seth Johnson. Momal Algid, Caden Wolf, and Atarius Whitmill, all responsible for helping this young man. EMS showed up within 10 minutes and took over. The victim was transported to Children's Mercy Hospital. And that is my report.
Thank you. Please stand. Please stand.
Stand up, y'all.
I'd love to get a photo with you guys before you leave, if that's okay. We will now move into public hearing. Do we have any members of the public who wish to address the board at this time? We have a timer running and you will need to end your testimony. Oh, thank you. Okay. All right.
Perfect.
There we go. Do we have a motion to move into closed session?
Before we move into closed session, really quick, I believe last week or the week before, KC Current in partnership with Kansas City Parks and Rec, CVS Health, Kansas State Youth Soccer Association announced a no-cost, no-barrier soccer league at 9th and Van Brunt. That announcement went nationwide. We have folks from different NWSL teams, different media outlets reaching out to us, trying to figure out how we did that. There's a lot of intention that went into that. Neighborhood youth will be able to receive their referee licenses and education. Coaches from the neighborhood will also be able to receive their U.S. Soccer grassroots and D licenses, which range from $500 to $2,000.
Wow.
That we are all taking care of. And I just want to really acknowledge the people in this room that made that happen. Jody, Director Clay, two of them are not here, Kevin and Reggie. They have been so supportive of getting this across the line. And it is just a testament to everything that I think community stands for, what we should be doing in community. And so I just want to acknowledge all of your efforts in front of everybody here today and just give you all kudos because that is what we talk about. I want to say thank you for your efforts on that.
So much.
We'll echo that and also obviously thank the KC Current. I mean, they've been great partners to this department and a not very long time of being here. So, I mean, when we think of, people living their values, I mean, KC Current is certainly doing that. So thank you. With that, do we have a motion to move into closed session?
Yes, pursuant to Missouri State Section 610.021, subsection 3 and 13, I move that the board adjourn to executive session to discuss personnel matters.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? We are now in closed session. Our next meeting will be held July 14th, 2026 at 5:00 p.m.
Yeah, you wanna do that?
Yeah, I'd love to have you guys come up and get a picture.
Let me know that date, Carmen, because